Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is my first ever podcast episode. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous as well at the same time. But I'm really happy that I'm doing it with someone who I've known for 4+ years on the
Yeah.
online Instagram platform. I've seen her work. I have seen how amazing her transformation has been. I've had the privilege to talk with her and get to know her offline as well. She is a genuine lady, so honest and authentic, I have to say. She is who she is offline and online. Mashallah, full of confidence, full of courage, full of resilience from her journey, from what I know. So, welcome, Bisma Arif. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for that intro. I wasn't expecting it. That was so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I am an OBM and a system strategist, and I've been doing this for 4+ years. I started as a VA, and then I transitioned into the OBM and systems niche. Yeah. So that's my journey. And I started back in 2020, mid 2020s, July to be exact. And then from there, I started. Yeah.
Yeah, mashallah. I know I've been following you from the start, and it's been amazing. And one thing I want to say, because many women say, even my clients, they tell me, they want to start work and they don't want to show their face, they don't want to put their voice out there. Mashallah, tabarakallah, you have been in the industry for 4+ years without your face and your voice being out there. So
Yeah.
this is my message to the ladies out there who say that we don't want to show our face and don't show our voice. They don't want it to be heard. You can have a successful career or a side business without showing all these things. This is the proof that Bisma is here, mashallah. She started as a VA and then, mashallah, how the transition has been. How did your journey start?
So first of all, I was in the corporate field and I was like working, and I'm a single mom. So doing a job and having and a finance job has like it's a tough job, right? It's like from 9 to 9 sometimes, and it requires a lot from you. So I just started, looking into options because my kids were only 4 and 2 at that time. So they were really young. And so I started, and because my whole dependency for my kids was on my mom, and something happened, and like she got ill, and that made me realize that okay, that's absolutely wrong. Like I was putting her under a lot of pressure, and it is not sustainable for me also because I feel that when I became a single mom, it's like you transition being like, oh yeah, your parents come in for help and you actually sideline your own responsibilities. Like you just like their responsibilities, but then you only try to take the financial part. Sometimes you don't you just overlook the emotional part because there are so many things, and you are also going through a transition yourself. So your nervous system is not ready for so much responsibility. So you just, you're like, yeah, okay, fine, it's working. But then it's working will just like come on you some days. I was like, no, I want my kids, like it's just that thought that, okay, they are my responsibility and I'm the person who's gonna, take the lead in bringing them up, like either like emotionally and also like the financial part, all of them, right? So that thing happened, and because of that I started looking into online options, and I knew the virtual assistant field like before that. Like one of my old like extended family cousin was also doing it, and she was in Canada at that time, so she was doing like virtual assistant on the side. So I was like, yeah, this is a good option. So I looked into it. I got a digital marketing course from the savings, and then got a business course. Like I remember there was I don't know if you remember, in 2020 there came a business bundle. It was $100 course. Like it was a business bundle where all of the other coaches have put in their thing, and I only bought it because there was someone who added like a virtual assistance course.
Mm.
So because of that, I bought that bundle. Also the digital marketing skill set, because I never had an IG account. I was totally against social media before that. I never had a FB account before that. So I was like, okay, I have to do this and learn like what is it, you know? So that's how I started in 2020. And I think July was the first time I posted something on my IG. Yeah, 21st July.
Subhanallah, you remember the day as well.
Yes.
Aman,
IG, don't let me forget. It shows up on every 21st July. Oh, you posted this.
mashallah, that's nice. So it shows that, you had to take a step up because
Yeah,
circumstances were such. If you would not have taken that step, you wouldn't have been here in
yeah.
2025, what you're doing, mashallah. So from a virtual assistant to systems and business operations, you're working with, I know, very well-known clients. I've seen your work, mashallah, and I've seen how supportive your work has been to those businesswomen. Was it always easy for you?
No, like I would be lying if I say that, oh, it's easy. No, it wasn't. And I think that relying on, like, you have that anchor in your life, and in my life was like, okay, I knew because I've been through how I came out of the marriage and everything. So I, like, Allah was there, and I have seen how he works. Like, in your life there are certain things when Allah shows you, like, he is there for you, and it's like, you never realize like how it's happening, but like, there's someone who is doing this for you, and he gives you things in a platter. And that's how have things happen in my life. So I knew that, okay, I knew from the bottom of my heart, like, what I was doing was right, and I had the correct intention, and that had led me. Okay, if I have the right intention, I can go and do whatever I want. If the intentions are correct, I know that I'm not doing anything that is gonna um like, the akhira point of view, like, okay, I have to meet him. And if I'm not thinking about, okay, if I meet him and I on the day of judgment, I'm like, okay, if is this okay for that day or not? So having that check and just moving forward is what, like, keeps, even today also, all of the decisions I make from the point of view, okay, like, will I regret this when I am, like, at an old age, if I'm making an investment decision, if I'm making any decision, will I regret this at that point when I'm, like, just done with my life and I'm sitting in a chair, and, like, I'm just old. So it's just having that anchor. Okay, okay, I don't want any regrets in my life. Like, okay, what would have changed if I had done this? What could be different? Oh, I should have done this. So the should have shouldn't be there. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. I know it's like, coming back to your question, having that anchor. Okay, it's not easy, but I have to do this because I know it's right.
Yeah. Subhanallah, I love what you shared because that is your anchor. Allah is your anchor. And when you have that reliance, when you have that tawakkul, and you say, okay, Ya Allah, I know I need to get this done. And I only have you. And the strength that comes, that inner strength comes, you don't have words to explain it, but it is there. And I can
Yeah.
totally relate to it because in my marriage, at times, I was all alone.
Mm,
Because there were times when I couldn't talk to anyone.
mm,
There were times. I have experienced this when you surrender and when you ask Allah for help, Allah opened doors from resources like you cannot even imagine. I would see lectures, I would read posts because at that time Facebook was there. I would read posts and I was like, okay, is Allah talking to me? What
talking
is
to me. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then my work as well, as a businesswoman, like me, as a housewife, right? As a homeschooler, never done business. Yes, studied in human resources, but never had the time or the intentions to apply these skills. So I don't even remember what I studied, to be honest. But like in 2023, as we were discussing. That time I was extremely ill. I fell extremely ill, 2023 and 24 actually. Both these years. First, I wanted to close my business because I was like, no, it's not working. It's not working because I was struggling between my home, my kids, my work. But what I realized that yes, Allah is your anchor. So if your health is not fine, if you have to make risky decisions, if you have to invest, yes, turn to Allah first. But along with that, you have to show up with courage because when you show up, Allah provides you.
Yeah.
Allah provides you, and then you have to have that, okay, you know what? I will do this.
Yeah.
I will take this. So for me, it was investing in coaches. Because before that, I was like, no, I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own. So you have to have that support system, and that this work, working one to one with coaches, has really helped me to grow and come over here. So
Yeah.
along your journey, I have seen with your journey, you worked with certain coaches. How was it investing in yourself? Because as a woman who is walked away from the marriage, single mom, you are in, mashallah, Dubai right now. You've moved from Pakistan to Dubai. Again, a very big decision that you took. So that requires a lot of self-belief. What has helped you to have that belief in yourself? Yes, the resilience is there, the courage is there, that you have to do it. But like again, going back to the same question, was it always easy? No, it's not. But what kept you going?
Mm. So again, 2023 was also a very challenging year for me personally because before that, I didn't like, I was always investing, right? So investing was a non-negotiable. It still is. I'm working, I always invest in coaches and support, like, okay, how this is going to do. And 2023 really changed how I look at my business, running my business as a business. So I count 2023 to 2024 as a first year in my business because before that, I was full time in my business, like from morning to evening, like I was there. But then having an eye, okay, the recurring income, how the system should be, how I should show up, all of that stuff. Because previously I was working and I got a lot of like all of my clients were coming and it was through referrals. But then 2023 happened and most of my clients were either like they paused their businesses, I changed my prices. So that dropped off a few clients. I changed my services. So that dropped off a few clients. I yeah, so and also some of them actually paused their businesses for a year and more than a year and sometime so that happened. So this was something that I wasn't expecting because again, I was in Dubai. I had like okay, I had kids to take care, all of that stuff. But then I was like, okay, that made me realize that I wasn't running my business as a business at that point.
Mm,
And when I look back and I am grateful that that thing happened because that changed the whole perspective of how to work as a business owner. There are two separate things. You have to look things long term. You have to bring out offers that brings in monthly revenue. You have to have a system with your finances. All of that stuff changed. So yeah, the other thing is that the anchor wise, yes, I do have coaches, but the most help that changed everything for me is going back to the Book of Allah. Like
mm,
I started so in 2023 Ramadan, I was like I used like the Ramadan programming comes together every time. So there are so many things, and you're like, okay, I will just watch this one and at 1.5x speed and I'm just doing this and I was like multitasking. So there was this I remember, I don't know, like there was this by Surya Najam's deep dive thing that Bayina Institute came out with, and I was listening to it at 1.5 speed just to get it done because it's Ramadan. I'll be honest. So at that time I was like, but then there's a turning point, right? It's Quran that you're listening to, and that changed when I was like, no, let me listen to it at a slower speed. And when I listened to it, like it just changed everything. And from that, I started. looking into the book of Allah every day. So even like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like take my time out to just read the translation, just look through. I have a system for it. So let's say if it's a surah, so I just deep dive. So that changed because I know from the Quran that what Allah wants from me, what is like I will say that it's like I haven't learned anything right now because it's like I will never learn anything. But what I have gained information from just a little bit of going through in a year is that when you know what Allah wants from you, because there's a different power that comes through it, because it's the book that is not from this world, it's from there. And when you go through the book, you will understand that, okay, most of the things that we have been told are not from Allah, they are from people around us. They are from our culture, they are from our family, all of these places. They are not from Him. And when we know that this is what He wants, this is how He works, like even if you look at the ayah where Allah tells about, divorce, He mentions that He mentions risk, that He is the one who gives and He gives without measure. So there's a link why He mentions divorce and risk in the same ayah, because He knows that it will be difficult for a woman and a man even when there's a divorce happening financially. So he says that yes, I am the one who gives, right? So again, the concept is like when you see these things, that He is there for you every step of the way, and He is there for you in every single moment, so you don't have to worry about anything, right? You will go through this, whatever you're going through. It's just that you have to keep going. So that is the biggest change. Like that was the biggest thing that helped me in that period, and even now, like that is something that's my mindset coaching there. I just go have that and read through it and just understand, okay, what's happening, every
Yeah.
single day, 15, 20 minutes, whatever I get time. Yeah, but then it's something that I do it daily,
Mm.
not changing that. Yeah.
SubhanAllah, what you shared is so powerful, and uh, it's truly amazing that when you're doing it and then there is a turning point, and you have to be aware that, you know what, Allah is talking to you. Allah is
Yeah.
talking to you directly. So, yes, this verse came down so many years back, but today you can resonate because it was meant for you. You were meant to listen to it and take the lessons from it. So, subhanAllah, I love that you shared that you are working for dunya, but your focus is akhirah. Your
Yeah,
focus
because
is purely akhirah. And I love that. I love that because that centers you. You know, I'm going to be honest, and this is just coming up as we are talking. There is so much of information out there on social media, which is good, which is very good, mashallah. But sometimes you fall into that trap,
yeah,
because I have fallen into that trap that,
do
okay, do this, you're gonna earn this much. Do this, you're gonna earn this much.
yes, it was.
Then it happens. 90 days, okay, it takes time. It
Yeah,
takes
and
time, whether you
counseling,
are.
tapping, all of this stuff. I agree, like they work, but they are surface level. When you don't like they will work, but then if you don't know why you are doing this, you need that why. And that why would not come from outside, that would come from inside. And when that is not, and this is for everything, like like you have to have, okay, if I'm not showing my face on social media, why I'm not showing my face on social media? Like, and the other part is, okay, I know my words, what I'm saying is true and powerful and authentic, and I stand by it. So that thing would come out differently, that thing would resonate with the right people differently, because you're saying it from your authentic self, you know that why. But then if you don't know that why, and you're doing it because someone told you to do it, and someone says that this is how it should be, that won't work. And that would, even if it works for a limited period of time, and you will always feel that void inside you, okay, there's something missing, there's something missing.
Yeah, that is very true. That voice has to come from inside, and combined with the efforts, it will happen. But not falling into the trap and knowing what you want
Yeah.
and staying dedicated to it. Because when you're asking for something, then you have to be open to receiving it as well. Because it's going to come with a package of goods, highs,
Yeah.
lows, tests. pain, everything.
Yeah.
Just because starting this video, I asked Allah for something, and then I was like, okay, pause. You're asking for it. Be ready for what all is going to come,
Yeah.
because
So if you're
that's how
asking
it
a big
is.
business, yeah. So if you're asking a big business, okay, big business is great. Do you know that what are the steps towards that big business? Are you taking those steps every day? Do you have the capacity? So I've seen people say that, oh, I want the big business, and at the same, I want clients, and at the same time, they regret or they resent doing one-on-one calls. So I'm like, how this will work? You are resenting one-on-one calls and you want a big business. Big business would not like, oh, you will get 10 people inside in one offer when you're resenting two people, talking to two people every day. That
Hmm.
that that doesn't match, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, yeah, and that is so true. Subhanallah. I love the conversation we are having. Subhanallah. Being a mom, being a businesswoman, living on your own, how do you find the balance? Or let me ask you one thing before the balance. What does Bisma do for fun?
Me? Oh, okay. I know that. So I feel that everybody's fun capacity is different. I have a different capacity. I have a very small one, so I can sit and watch like something for about 30 minutes and I'm good quietly. So that's fun for me. And sometimes I take out 30 minutes just to scroll through social media and watch fun things. That there are a few people I follow, so just through their content, like 30 minutes. So that's fun for me. And I'm good about the day. So yeah.
MashaAllah, that's cute. That's fun. That's what makes you happy. So yes, it's good. Now coming back to the original question, how do you find the balance?
There is no balance.
Balance.
I don't think there can ever be balance. It is priority based. So yeah, so my tasks are priority based.
Hmm.
With my clients, I know like this is the time I have when the kids are in school. So I will get this done. When the kids are at home, okay, they don't have anything that needs to be sorted out urgently. So I focus on client work at that time. So there is like everything is based on priority, not I don't look for balance because I don't think I can do balance here. So if I want to cook something really special for them, so I cook that because that's important. That's priority for me at that time.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
take out time. I wake up early for, let's say today I have two calls. I have to go somewhere in the evening with the family, kids taking out. So I woke up like early in the morning, started work early. So this is how I balance, because I have a priority list every day and I work through that. Just okay,
Hmm.
this is the day. Yeah.
MashaAllah, that's right. Because again, going back to your why has to be strong.
Yeah.
Because if that is strong, everything becomes not easy, but everything becomes streamlined. Because you
Yeah.
have to do difficult things. You have to come out of your comfort zone. It's
Yeah.
not always about luxury and
No, it
yeah, all
isn't.
those things.
Those will come if they are destined to come, but the goal is, if you have a goal, you're working. So every single day, like when you lay down, it's that okay, I did good as a businesswoman. I did good for myself. Like I ate healthy, I didn't eat in junk or something like that. I drank my water, all of those stuffs. I did good as my priorities as a Muslim, and whatever I have to do get done in that area. I did
Mm,
good as a mother. I did good as someone taking care of the house. So all of these boxes are checked. And I did good if someone is a wife. I did good as a wife. So everything needs to be checked and that needs to be sorted out. Like I did good as or as the roles that I've been responsible for. Allah has given me the responsibility in this life. I did good today, and that's good. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. That's amazing. One last message. I was going to say question, but I turned it into a message to a woman you would like to give, who is looking to start out, whether she's married, whether she's a single mom, but she's looking to start out. She's hesitant, she's reluctant. She might have an idea or she might not have an idea. What would you say to her?
Like you have nothing to lose, first of all. Like, okay, if you do start, okay, if it doesn't work, Nothing will happen. Like, what will happen if it doesn't work? Like, what's the opportunity cost that you have when you are starting out? Like, what you are missing on, you know? So have that idea, okay, if I start out and I have like if this doesn't work, then what do I have to lose? Yeah. So
Mhm.
have that point of view. Okay, if you have a job and then you say that, okay, I'm going to start a business, right? And you say that I will leave my job, and then you start a business and like that is not working, then there is a big opportunity cost. What you can do is, like, when you have a job, you start on the side and start doing it. Like, yes, it will be a stretch, but
Mhm.
then it's something that you have to do it because you want to start a business and make it full time. So it's a step that you need to take, right? So
Mhm.
again, like, decide, okay, what do I have to lose? And again, coming back to when you are like old enough, when you have all of most of your responsibilities, like your kids, your family, you are in a place where you're settled and everything is done, and you're just enjoying life with your grandkids. So think about that, like, will I regret this decision that time, not starting, not taking this step, not buying this house or not buying the course, whatever that is for you? Like, will I regret at that time? If the answer is yes, then do it.
Mhm. Mhm. Subhanallah, that is so true. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose because even failure is a feedback.
Yeah,
It's a massive feedback.
you'll
And
fail multiple times and you will not fail, like, it's just that you will stop doing that thing again. So that's also a learning. You'll never learn if you won't fail, right?
yeah, so let go of those blocks. I'm calling these blocks because they're holding you back. Allah has given you so much of capacity. Allah has blessed you with so many skills. Sit with it. Ask yourself, what do I want to do? And start. Because like how you are over here in 2025, you started in 2020, 5 years. You took a
Yeah,
massive turn as well in 2023, which was necessary. So, Alhamdulillah, it takes time. Give yourself that time, give yourself that love and compassion that is needed, and that belief, and anchor in tawakkul. That's the main thing.
that's the main
Jazakallah
thing. Yeah,
khair. Yeah. Jazakallah khair, Bisma, for coming here and sharing your wisdom, your journey, your
thank you.
struggles, your highs and your lows with the ladies who are going to be watching, inshallah. I pray this is beneficial for them. And whoever watches, may Allah guide them and open the path, a beautiful path for them. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.